Look like Emma Meesseman is definitely headed to the WNBA. Could she be potentially teaming up?
You're about to hear a story of professional miscalculation so profound, it will be studied for years. Imagine being an experienced gold miner who, frustrated with the slow pace, decides to abandon your claim. You pack your tools, scoff at the rookies working the dirt, and walk away in search of richer grounds, only to look back and see them strike the mother lode right where you were standing.
Line. While Emma Meesseman is getting courted by half the league, including the very team Bonner decided to quit on. The irony is so thick you could cut it with a knife.
Date as well. Shout out to Annie Constable with First Off in Sports because she simply put out an article that has just shook down of WNBA fans all over the country. Let's pull it up right now. So this is Annie Constable X account, man, and it's pretty much breaking down exactly what has been happening, man, with this whole DeWanna Bonner situation and Emma Meesseman. Now, word on the street is that Emma Meesseman, has been receiving offers from several WNBA teams. I did a video a couple months ago letting you guys know how the Fever should have been trying to sign her.
This isn't just a metaphor, it's the brutal reality for DeWanna Bonner. In a move she likely saw as a power play, she orchestrated her exit from the Indiana Fever. Now, she is forced to watch from the sidelines, jobless, as the team she deemed unworthy is on the verge of becoming a legitimate powerhouse, potentially by signing a player who is arguably better in every way.
Multiple sources, the interest in Meesseman, who is considering a return to the WNBA, but has not definitely made up her mind. It stands across the league, man. Contenders like Minnesota, New York, and even Phoenix have the best shots. This is what they saying. Atlanta in the 2019 Finals MVP. There was an expectation around the league that Bonner could end up in Phoenix. And according to multiple sources, DeWanna Bonner discussions around signing her, the two-time WNBA, was excluded. Bonner is a two-time WNBA champion, but as of right now, there's not a lot of teams.
The situation is dripping with a kind of poetic justice that is rarely seen outside of Hollywood scripts. It's a stunning tale of ambition, pride, and timing that exposes a brutal truth about the WNBA. Your reputation can matter far more than your resume, and the line between a power move and a career-ending blunder is dangerously thin.
Okay. The moment you've been waiting for. We had so much talent on the court, so much talent, but we do have to pick one MVP. So averaging 18 points a game in these finals, almost 5 rebounds a game, 22 points tonight, and she did it all series off the bench. Emma Meesseman, your MVP.
Let's rewind the clock just a few weeks. DeWanna Bonner, a decorated veteran with 2 championship rings, decided her time in Indiana was over. To an outsider, it seemed like a logical escape. The Fever were a young team, still learning to win, and Bonner, in the twilight of her career, likely felt her talents were being wasted on a long-term getting more shots or a bigger role. This was about pride. She looked at a roster filled with youth and probably thought her championship experience was being undervalued. So she secured a contract buyout, a move that screamed, "I'm too good for this," betting that her championship pedigree would have contenders lining up at her door. It was a gamble on her own brand. But in a twist of fate, while Bonner was focused on herself, the very foundation of the team she left behind was undergoing a seismic shift. The young, developing project she walked away from was suddenly accelerating into a full-blown phenomenon, all because of one person who changed everything. The force behind this incredible transformation is, of course, Caitlin Clark. The Caitlin Clark effect is more than just media hype. It's a tangible, gravitational force that has completely remade the Indiana Fever's place in the sports universe. She didn't just join a team, she hijacked the entire league's narrative. Before Clark, the Fever were lucky to get a nationally televised game. Now their games are ratings gold, constantly moved into primetime slots. Arenas across the country sell out when they come to town, filled with fans wearing her number 22 jersey. She single-handedly turned the franchise from an afterthought into the league's hottest ticket. This tidal wave of attention brought more than just ticket sales. It brought relevance and, most importantly, allure. Suddenly, playing for the Indiana Fever wasn't a dead-end assignment in a small market. It was a chance to be on the biggest stage in women's basketball, and that powerful spotlight was about to attract the attention of a true global superstar. That superstar's name is Emma Meesseman. For those unfamiliar with her, Meesseman isn't just another talented player, she is a basketball legend in her prime, often called the Belgian Cat for her smooth, silent dominance. She was the 2019 WNBA Finals MVP, the undisputed leader who carried the Washington Mystics to their first ever championship. She is a basketball savant, a 6'4" forward with the court vision of a point guard, the scoring touch of a shooting guard, and the defensive intelligence to anchor a team. Her game is poetry in motion, and her trophy case includes multiple EuroLeague titles and Player of the Year awards. She is, simply put, a winner. Her potential return to the WNBA after a brief hiatus was already a league-shaking rumor. Established powerhouses like the New York Liberty and Minnesota Lynx were seen as the only logical destinations. But then, a shocking and unexpected name emerged from the speculation: the Indiana Fever. The basketball fit between Meesseman and the Fever is so perfect it feels like it was designed in a lab. Imagine an offense orchestrated by Caitlin Clark, a passing wizard who now has a high-post partner in Meesseman who thinks the game on her level. Meesseman's ability to facilitate from the elbow would unlock a whole new dimension for Indiana's offense. Her elite three-point shooting would create massive driving lanes for Clark and Kelsey Mitchell, while her intelligent interior passing would form a devastating high-low combination with Aaliyah Boston. More than that, she brings the calm championship DNA that a young, emotional team needs to navigate the pressures of high-stakes games. She isn't just another piece, she is the connector. The rare high IQ player who makes a good team great. She could instantly elevate the Fever from a fun, promising squad into a team that could legitimately challenge for a title. And the cruel irony is that this dream scenario is only possible because of the roster spot DeWanna Bonner vacated. While the Fever and their fans are dreaming of this incredible upgrade, DeWanna Bonner is experiencing the harsh reality of her decision, a deafening professional silence. The flurry of contract offers she undoubtedly expected has completely failed to materialize. The market for her services is ice cold. The reason is simple and brutal. The WNBA is an incredibly small league where everyone knows everyone, and chemistry is paramount over a grueling 40-game season. When you publicly quit on your team mid-season, you're sending a clear signal to every other general manager that you could be a liability in their locker room. No team, not even one desperate for veteran help, wants to risk bringing in a player who might bolt when things get tough. Bonner is now discovering that her 2 championship rings aren't enough to outweigh the giant red flags she raised about her character and professionalism. Her gamble has backfired spectacularly. This entire saga represents a stunning and rapid power shift within the WNBA. For decades, the league's hierarchy was clear. Elite free agents would gravitate towards established super teams in major markets. Indiana was considered a flyover state, a place players left, not a destination they sought. Now, the Fever are not just in the conversation for a player like Meesseman, they are a legitimate contender to sign her right alongside the likes of New York. This proves that a single transcendent talent like Clark, combined with a smart front office, can completely rewrite the map of the league, turning any franchise into a desirable destination. This story boils down to a tale of 2 vastly different professional legacies being written in real time. On one side, you have Emma Meesseman, the quiet superstar, universally revered as the ultimate teammate whose career is defined by making others better and silently collecting championships. On the other side, you have DeWanna Bonner, whose latest chapter has been defined by a me-first move that has backfired, potentially tarnishing her legacy. It's a powerful showdown between building bridges and burning them, and the entire league is watching to see how it ends. The turn of events is so perfectly ironic, it's almost unbelievable. Bonner left the Fever to find a situation better suited for a champion, but her very departure may have been the key that unlocked Indiana's potential to become a champion without her. She didn't just leave a team, she accidentally created the cap space and roster spot for them to acquire a superior talent. She rolled the dice on her own importance and now has to sit and watch as her old team uses the chips she left behind to potentially build a dynasty. It's a nightmare scenario, a masterclass in how quickly fortunes can change in professional sports. It's a brutal, unforgettable lesson in humility, a story of cosmic karma playing out on the grand stage of the WNBA. One player's gamble for a better future may have paved the way for her former team's glorious one, leaving her with nothing but regret. So what is the final brutal takeaway from this incredible saga of miscalculation and cosmic timing? It's a story that transcends one player's bad decision. It's a masterclass in how quickly the landscape of professional sports can shift, and how a single move intended to display power can result in a complete loss of it. DeWanna Bonner didn't just misread the room, she misread the entire league. She bet on her own resume in a league that is increasingly valuing character and chemistry, and she made that bet at the exact moment her former team became the center of the basketball universe. This wasn't just bad luck, it was a catastrophic failure to understand the new reality being forged by the Caitlin Clark phenomenon. The true tragedy for Bonner isn't just that she's currently jobless, it's the why behind it. While she was packing her bags, the Indiana Fever front office was quietly building a culture, and elite players around the world were taking notice. The silence from other teams isn't a fluke, it's a direct consequence of her actions. In a small, tight-knit league like the WNBA, quitting on your team mid-season is the ultimate professional sin. It sends a message of unreliability that no championship ring can erase. While Emma Meesseman is being courted for her reputation as a winner and the ultimate team player, Bonner is being shunned for proving to be the opposite. But the most stunning part of this story, the twist that elevates it from a simple misstep to a legendary blunder, is that DeWanna Bonner's departure wasn't just self-sabotage, it may have been the greatest gift she could have ever given the Indiana Fever. She thought she was leaving a sinking ship, but in reality, she was the anchor they needed to cut loose. Her exit freed up the crucial roster spot, and more importantly, the salary cap space that makes a move for a superstar like Meesseman even possible. She didn't just walk away from the party, she inadvertently paid the cover charge for a much bigger star to take her place at the VIP table. And now she is left with the most haunting question that can follow any professional. What if? What if she had stayed? What if she had embraced a mentorship role? What if she had been patient enough to see the storm of talent and attention that was gathering on the horizon? She now has to watch from home as the team she abandoned is discussed as a future powerhouse, potentially led by the very player who could have been her teammate. That is a unique and agonizing kind of professional torment, a self-inflicted wound that will likely sting for the rest of her career. In the end, this story serves as a powerful cautionary tale about ego and humility. DeWanna Bonner played her hand thinking she held all the cards, only to realize the entire game had changed without her noticing. She tried to force her own destiny, while the Indiana Fever simply let destiny come to them. Her desperate search for a better team may have accidentally built one in her absence, solidifying a new era in Indiana. And that is the kind of profound, inescapable irony that will define this chapter of her legacy forever.